Hey VV Nation, how many of you out there are what we call speculators, looking for the big home run stocks? It's a little bit more than aggressive. But if you are a speculator, I'm going to show you a couple of things to look for in these speculation stocks to take advantage to make sure that you're putting the odds in your favor for you to make some big home run hits. But also know that long comes with a home run could be a strikeout. So I'm going to try to put the odds in your favor that we can keep going around the bases without going back or getting out. Now, keep in mind, speculation or speculative stocks are not for your mainstream long-term portfolio. These are for your more aggressive plays to get the quick hit, get out, and move on to the next one. But again, I'm going to show you some characteristics that I use within the VectorVest system to help to put the odds in my favor that these stocks should continue to moving higher. All right, let's get into the program. Now, let me start off by saying speculative stocks tend to move off of news and they're not fundamentally sound. All right, so I need that to be known up front. These are not stocks long term that you want to hold on to, and you need to manage them. Don't be afraid to get in, make 10, 15, 20, even more percent, but be quick to take those profits off the table. I'm going to show you how to manage these trades as well. So here in the VectorVest system, I know from a news-driven perspective what's going on with these stocks. Cocoa happens to be a very health-minded, good drinking type of company, good drinks for good health. So that's going to be up there for that reason. Yext, because they beat earnings, and normally when stocks beat earnings, they have a big propensity to move higher. But a lot of people ask me the question, is it too late to get into it? If the stocks have the characteristics that I'm about to show you, they may still have some more upside, but you want to make sure that you put a buy stop order higher than the high to make sure that the stock is still doing what you want it to do. Uber, man, people still getting into Uber and to Lyft to go get to place because they don't want to go out and buy a car. AI and Palantir are my AI plays. AI is a hot industry right now. AI missed earnings and got hit, but now it's on the rebound, and I'll show you why it's on the rebound. Palantir is a stock that I've talked a lot about. Man, I just don't want you to miss out on the opportunity to make money on this stock, knowing what the company does. They get contract after contract after contract, and they take data. No matter what industry you're in, they take data and they push it through their platforms, into usable information that's germane to your business. And Palantir, again, based upon what they do and how they do it, they've got contracts internationally, they've got contracts nationally. They're in every facet of business where information is needed. Also tie that into the AI space. Palantir is a double hit right there. Well, double hit, double, triple. Yeah, it's a good play, but it is a speculative play. So starting off, all of these stocks are going to be overvalued. Why? Because the perception is high already on these stocks that they have good upside potential. But as I talk about upside potential, you'll notice relative value and relative safety on all of these stocks are below the value of 1 on our scale between 0 and 2. This is how I know that they're speculative. They don't have good upside potential, and they're not safe stocks. So I'm using that to my advantage to see that these stocks are overvalued and they are not fundamentally sound. But what I do see from a speculative perspective is that all of these stocks are currently in uptrends, and they're in uptrends again due to the news behind them. But is the news enough to carry them even higher? Notice that their VSTs, because of their high RTs, are above the value of 1. So it gives them a good combination of value, safety, and timing, but with more emphasis on timing. Well, that's ideal for a speculative play. I want to get into a stock that's running, and I want to make sure that I can get in while it's still running before it stops running. But I'll tell you what to look for before you know the stock is stopping the run. CI, stocks that go up more than go down. That plays a very important role when looking for speculative stocks. I want to find stocks that go up more than they go down, even though they are speculative. Only one stock in the list does not have a CI or a comfort index above 1, and that's Palantir. Now, something else that drives stocks prices higher. Earnings. Earnings is the engine that will drive a stock's price higher. So even though these are speculative plays, notice that all of the earnings growth rates are in double digits, 14% a year or higher. Now, two of these stocks have negative earnings. Well, with the double-digit earnings growth, hopefully these earnings are becoming less negative over time. These stocks are all buy recommendations. Now, let me talk about that a little bit as well. People get on us and say, well, I bought one of your top-rated buy recommended stocks and it went down in price and I lost money. All right. So just because a stock is a buy doesn't always mean it's the right time to buy. What's going on in the market? Look at the graph of the stock to let you know, does the stock still have upside potential? Those are the things that you look for. Every stock in our database gets a buy, hold, or sell recommendation every single day, and we're going to assign those recommendations to the stocks. But it's up to you and up to your understanding and knowledge of the software to know if it's still a good time to buy into that stock right then and there. Now, something else that I do like about this list is I move over, the average volumes are there. We have an average volume of at least 600,000 shares on the speculative stocks. This is what I also like. These are all speculative, but they cover a lot of different aspects. Now, software, yes, software, but no, it's software business, software security, transportation services, and food, beverage, soft drink. I think that this is nicely weighed out and diversified, even though they are speculative plays. Now, as I look at these stocks, the last thing I need to do now, after I've done some analysis, is to take a look at the graphs. Let's go down and graph all of the stocks that are here. And we're going to put these on a 1-month graph. Remember, these are short-term good entry plays, right? Don't forget, it's okay to take your profits, even if it's 10, 20%. Don't be afraid to do that and don't ride them all the way back down. As I look at this, I'm going to change the graph layout to the VectorVest Simple, where we're looking at the stop price. Well, you know something? I'm going to back off the VectorVest Simple because these are shorter term plays, and I'm going to utilize moving averages to get me in and out faster. Because these are faster plays, I'm going to go down to my trade setup, which is using the 3 and 8 exponential moving averages. But if you do want to give the stocks a little bit more room, longer term, here's our stop price. So what am I looking at as far as cocoa? Well, cocoa right now is in a little bit of a sideways move. Even on the pullback day, the 3 is still above the 8. I like that. This tells me that the stock still has some upside. When would I get into it? Well, I'm on a 1-month graph. Let's go see if it can take out that 1-month high if I'm not currently in it, which is at 27.74. I'd like to enter 12 cents higher than the high to make sure the stock is doing exactly what I want it to do, which is go up in price. Let's go to the next stock. Wow, yes, this was an earnings beat. Let's go put earnings on. This was an earnings beat. And you know what I like about this play? Look at the pullback, the big wick on that candle the day after earnings, but look at the follow through. No wick at the top. This is telling me that this stock has got some more upside. When would I take a look at this? Again, I'm on a 1-month graph. I'd look at 5 cents higher than the high from $14.36. Nice move on earnings. Volume today is a lot more trading day left. Still above average volume. There's still conviction behind the move. Let's go to the next stock. Uber. Nicely moving bottom left to top right. A little bit of a sideways move. The 3 and the 8 from a faster perspective is doing a really good job getting you out, getting you back in to take those profits off the table. I like the pullback here. The 3 and the 8 still held. No wick at the top of candle today. I'd still be looking at about 12 cents higher than the high. It's over $20. 12 cents higher than the high here before I jump on board if I'm not currently in it. Let's go to the next one. AI. This got hit because of earnings. It missed earnings. But notice here, from a perspective of a speculative play, look at the 3 and the 8. The 3 and the 8 held. This gives me more confidence that the stock still has some more upside. The 3 and the 8 held, even though it fell down to a level of support. The 3 and the 8 are still in play. If I'm not in it, I'm looking at getting in about 12 cents higher than the high. But if you're in it, I currently own AI. I took the hit, but I like the stock from a speculative play. I'm still in it. The 3 and the 8 never got me out. I like that. going forward. And the last stock in the list is Palantir. Wow. Last earnings play, it beat earnings. And since then, look at that. Since then, moving up, moving on up to the east side. You know, it's going up to that deluxe apartment in the sky. Moving on up. I do like that even on the big down day. Look at the give back here, big wick at the top of the candle, no follow through. Nice open candle, very little wick at the top. The 3 and the 8 held. I really do like some semblance of moving averages to get you out of these speculative plays a little earlier than playing the stop price on the stock, because these are a little bit more aggressive. You're either trying to hit a home run and you're definitely trying not to strike out. And those indicators that I showed you give you the opportunity to put the odds in your favor that you'll hit a home run more than you will strike out. But two things, don't forget, these are not stocks that you bet the farm on. These are not for your retirement portfolios. These are short-term plays. Two, don't be afraid to take the wins off the table. Use some semblance of moving averages, whether it's the 3 and the 8, the 5 and 10, whatever you want to use, whatever fits your bill. Make sure that you have some semblance of moving averages to get out of these stocks at the right time. Folks, I hope you enjoyed these speculative plays. I wanted to put out a video for those people who are a little bit more aggressive and utilizing the power of the VectorVest program to use some characteristics to put the odds in your favor that these stocks still have upside ability. With that, folks, this video is over. And until the next time, see ya. Hey, VV Nation, did you know that there's 7 deadly sins that can keep you from consistently making money in the market? If you would like to know more about those sins, and if you are falling victim to any of them, he goes right now to www.vectorvest.com/YT7sins to get your free report. You don't want to miss out on this, so do that right now.